Hey everyone, welcome back to your My Ninja Academy. Today we're going to be going through the new nuclear power that Sarada will awaken that is more powerful than the Mangekyou. If you would like to see more about Naruto on our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our Ninja Academy. Since the beginning of Boruto, we have seen what is probably the end of the manga. Boruto about to fight Kawaki after the village was destroyed. That seems to be what the whole series will lead up to and end with a big battle and victory. On the way to this, we should see the whole team of Boruto, Mitsuki and Sarada, getting stronger and stronger, with Sarada eventually mastering the Sharingan. Before final village battle, we should see Sarada struggling with the idea that she has reached her ceiling, that she has become as good as she can. She has become a very talented konoichi, but she knows that she will never be able to become as good as her father and obtain the Mangekyou Sharingan and begin to doubt her ability. She begins to doubt that she will be able to become Hokage. Her mother, Sakura, tries to tell her that she doesn't need to be this strong, that she should just keep trying to become strong regardless of achieving her goal. For now, Sarada is apparently satisfied with this thought, but subtle hints keep dropping that she is not. Fast forward, and it becomes apparent again that Sarada is doubting herself again and rushes off to train on her own. She goes to the same place Naruto developed the Rasengan Shuriken with Kakashi and Yamato, and she is practicing her jutsu alone and hears a rustling in the bush. Being emotional and paranoid, she fires a massive fire release, fireball jutsu, towards the bushes and trees, only to be absorbed. Out of the tree line comes her father, Sasuke, who absorbed the jutsu using his Rinnegan. So far, Sasuke has not been the closest father in the world. He's usually on missions or training Boruto or whatever. Doing this throughout the series will make the following more meaningful. She apologizes to her father, and he asks her to sit down with him on a wooden chair, the same one Kakashi used to lie on while watching Naruto train. Sasuke has a heartfelt conversation with her about how he felt like he wasn't strong enough when he was hurrying to complete his goals, and how the current Hokage and best friend, Naruto, felt the same way. He goes on to explain that this location is where Naruto cut a waterfall in half while training, and how he never gave up despite everything. This should be complete with flashbacks and everything possible to make this as compelling as possible. Sarada asks how she can be Hokage when she only has her Sharingan and nothing else. Sasuke then explains to everyone in the history of the villages that they become strong and recognized without a special gift, like his mother and academy teachers and other Jonin, until he mentions the third Hokage, one of the strongest and best leaders of all time, who had nothing inherently special about him. This is to be followed by flashbacks of Hiruzen and so on to increase the audience's emotional connection with Sarada. She smiles and wipes away her tears as the two embrace. Sasuke then explains the dangerous past of the Mangekyou and those who desperately wanted to obtain its power and its dangers. Sarada understands her father and promises to get stronger and become Hokage without him before the two embrace again. The twist is that Sarada believes he is dead, but in fact he narrowly survives. Orochimaru must save him without Sarada knowing until later. This allows for a good moment between Mitsuki and his father. Then Boruto has his confrontation with Kawaki, and they have their big battle at the Hokage Monument. Meanwhile, Sarada is damaged by the thought of Mitsuki dying, and the thought of everyone else being in danger, and she awakens her Mangekyou. Sasuke then has another moment with her, where he reassures her. He reveals to her that her mother and, surprisingly, Orochimaru are looking after Mitsuki. He goes on to tell her that Boruto will certainly need help, and that he needs help from the people of the village. I assume that the village will be invaded by some kind of ninja force to help Kawaki. Sasuke then wipes her tears away before flying off with his Susanoo to kick arse. As Boruto is fighting whatever Kawaki has to throw at him, he gets stuck. But he is saved by Sarada, who helps him even the odds by using her newfound confidence and Mangekyou to fight back. This will be a very good passing the torch moment, where the new generation replaces the previous ones and proves that they are ready. This fight should be interrupted with scenes of the next generation fighting to further show how far they have come. Well, how long they plan to take to get here. Then the fight should end with some conversation like all the big fights in the entire series, with Boruto and Sarada explaining that the age of shinobi will not end today, and will continue as long as the will of fire burns in the next generations. It would be silly not to have her awaken and tied in with a story of doubt and regain confidence along with her conflict with her father. It all makes sense, and I hope that if they choose to have her gain the Mangekyou, they do it somehow like this. It has already been revealed that the young Uchiha has gained access to the powerful Dojutsu, the Sharingan. This raises the question of whether or not she'll awaken the Mangekyou Sharingan, the most powerful variant. Before discussing this, let's understand how the Mangekyou is obtained. To obtain the Mangekyou Sharingan, one must first awaken the Sharingan before witnessing a loved one die in front of them. Examples include Obito watching Kakashi accidentally kill Rin, and Itachi watching his best friend Shisui commit suicide. Once the Mangekyou is obtained, the user has access to some sophisticated new abilities, but at a cost. As the abilities granted by the Mangekyou are used more and more, the user begins to lose the vision in their eyes until they reach a stage where they go blind and the gift disappears. This can be corrected with a sibling eye transplant. This gives the user the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan and an even more powerful dojutsu that can be used without the risk of the user going blind. There are many who argue that Sarada should not get the Mangekyou because she cannot get the eternal Mangekyou. However, I imagine a series of events that will enrich the Boruto manga and will lead to Sarada awakening the Mangekyou. Let's start by explaining that Sarada currently unlocked her first Tomo Sharingan, in which she unlocked it when she sneaked away from Naruto and Chocho, going towards Sasuke's hideout. She awakened it out of love for wanting to see her father Sasuke, because he is always on missions, and as far as she can remember, he was always busy on mission. Now let's compare it with Sasuke, who had witnessed his family and clan being murdered by his own brother, and that's when the curse of hatred started for Sasuke. And it only got worse over time through his thirst for revenge. Sarada awakened by love positive emotions, not negative emotions. Sarada and Team 7 are fighting the Boro. Before the Boroshiki crap stops him, Sarada has already unlocked her third Tomo Sharingan. She did this in one of the novels. I can't remember which one, but since the time skip in the Boruto manga is coming, we will have to see if she maybe has the Byakugo seal. But if she gets her Mangekyou Sharingan, all I wonder is how she'll maintain herself so she doesn't get or develop a vision problem. Because the only person that didn't go blind was Obito, because of Hashirama's cells. Because of this, I thought of some possibilities for her to solve this detail. Byakugo seal ignores blindnesses. It was said to be similar to Madara's regeneration of Hashirama, and it could have been the same effects as Hashi cells on Sharingan. It doesn't matter if the new plot enhances the Byakugo seal. Regardless, she will find a plot excuse one way or another. She will not remain blind in the series, and will have to be energized in some ways. This would require Boruto to suddenly take a very dark turn. As someone with Uchiha blood, Sarada can, under the right conditions, manifest the Mangekyou Sharingan. Her only blood relation in the Sharingan is Sasuke, so he is the only source of an eternal Mangekyou. Also, implanting Sasuke's Rinnegan will give him Sasuke's personal Rinnegan abilities, in addition to his personal Mangekyou ability. And based on how Kakashi/Madara could use Obito's Mangekyou personal ability via implant, Sarada would also gain Sasuke's. So Sarada could manifest 2 sets of Mangekyou powers, plus 1 Rinnegan power. 3 sets if you count Yatamura and Tosuka Blade as Itachi's powers. That's it. If you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for future videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any content from your favorite